Oh, firing order. Firing order. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Motorcycle Rescuer channel. I am the Motorcycle Rescuer. I'm Charlie. I'm learning a lot on this Kawasaki, guys. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel, you did something that no one else did on this occasion. You made something click in my head. You made me think, and that was extremely helpful. Now, on previous bikes, on other bikes, the linings on the end of the cam is absolutely important. The one there and the one there that I talked about last time. We might find that they still are. However, somehow I missed a key trick. Now, I think I have set these valves correctly anyway, but I may have not set the timing correctly. Now, the bit we missed is exhaust and exhaust here and here. They need to match each other. So the timing is done on this side, not on that side. And that's the bit that threw me. So I may have even taken away the timing myself. I may have messed up. Because actually looking at it now, they're not going to line up. Oh no, we don't know yet. Yeah, I mean, they're not easily going to line up. And then second to that, we have a T mark here anyway, and then that will line up to the top, I believe. Let me get closer to that. So the T, where would the T line up to? Possibly the top mark up there. But anyway, point is, I've made more mistakes. So I need to get the exhaust and exhaust lined up. They need to be facing each other at one point, and then on the other side there should be it should say in. Now I can't see that from here, but I'll spin the engine over. So I need the exhaust mark on here and the exhaust mark on here to be facing each other. That's my first step. I may need to undo all the work I did on this cam and switch it over again. But once it's there, I can then look at the valve adjustment properly. Don't get me wrong, I'm dead set it jumped the tooth because the chain was really loose. It wasn't right, so it definitely jumped the tooth. I just don't know where or when or how, you know, what direction it jumped, and I almost definitely didn't set it back to the right setting because I weren't using this side. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm not going to film it. I'm going to take these off again. These are the cam on this side, spin it around, get the exhaust and the exhaust facing each other, and then we will have a top dead center on what stroke I don't know, but we'll have a top dead center. So let's look into that. Again, I think because I adjusted all the valves when the lobes were fully facing away, I think they'll still be okay. I doubt we need to do more adjustment, but I am going to check them. But let's start with looking at these marks, seeing if they line up at all, seeing if the exhaust and the exhaust point to each other at any point, and if they don't, then I'm going to have to, yeah, obviously do all this stuff again. So that is one of the jobs for today. Another job for today potentially is looking at this again, which is driving me nuts. This time I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to take the spark plug out. I'm going to measure top dead center properly myself with something. It'll even be something like this. Look, you push it in, let it come up, and then maybe mark it and just wait until it stops moving at its highest point, and then you know you're at proper top dead center. And then I'm going to look at all the timing again and everything else. People pointed out some key points. It probably it would have kind of done some spitting and backfiring if it was out of time. I think you're right. People have talked about fuel. It was definitely spitting fuel. I pulled it out, I checked it, absolutely spitting fuel. I can of course tip some fuel down here. I'm going to do that today. And the absolute kind of final point is I obviously could have done the rebuild badly. I don't think I did, but it's always an option that the new piston rings, something happened to them, they got stuck or anything. That's always a possibility. it's always worth rechecking that in the end. I don't think they are, guys. I can, you know, I can hear it, I can see it. I might even throw a tester on later to see the compression, but yeah, but it's a bit of a puzzle. Anyway, let me start hammering away at this bike, and I'll kind of show you what I mean as I go along. So everyone, let me try and get down there. You can see there, right? You've got exhaust on the right. It's actually XE, it's upside down, and in on the left. They're meant to be pointing to each other. Now, I only moved this one tooth yesterday, so it definitely jumped, but I think I've jumped it the wrong way by using the end of the crank to line it up. So yeah, I made a mistake there. Good thing is I did not try and fire this up, so it doesn't matter too much. I need to move this back around so that the in and exhaust are in line. Then when I spin the engine out, we want the same in but over here, and the same exhaust but over here, and we want them in a straight line. That's then how we do the timing. But like I said, I believe the clearances, but I do believe the clearances are okay overall. So I need to take the cam chain tensioner out. That's that one there. It comes out with a spring. I need to undo all of these 10s again. I need to turn it so that it's lined up with that one, and then look, you can see the T is on the line there, so that's good. So that is top dead center, and then we should be good to go. So I'm only turning this probably 2 or maybe 3 teeth to the left to line it up, and then that should be spot on. Great. I'll get on with that. I'll show you the outcome, and then I'll spin the engine around by hand again, which is what I did last time, to make sure that the outside lines seem straight as well. And then we really should be back to the good stuff. We should be back to piecing it back together, and there's no reason then why this wouldn't fire up. Probably jinx myself, but we'll see. Now this is tough, guys. Look, there's your lines. Come on, focus, there you go. Are they lined up? Or are they 1 tooth off? They're lined up, they look lined up to me. Put the cam chain tension back in. Spin it around by hand. The in and the X should be lined up at the other end as well. If they are, then that part's done. Go back round to this lining up, all the way back around, and then check the valves again. This system here, in and exhaust, tells you exactly what valves to check. This is the stuff that Daniel very kindly made me aware of yesterday, so thanks for that, mate. I'm not sure people knew I was missing a trick by trying to time on that side. That is a system you do time using the end of the cam lobes. Let me see out of curiosity. So that's in time at top dead center now. So this lobe is to the right, and that lobe is, yeah, look, they are anyway, look, see, so that's the facing away one. So I wasn't wrong. Cool. Let's get that buttoned down. Let's get, and then I'll just put 2 lobes on for now to make sure it's secure. Spin it around, and then we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if it all seems lined up properly. Put the cam chain tensioner in now before you spin it around. Okay guys, let's see if we've done this properly. I'm going to spin the whole thing. We should have the lines by hand, by the way, guys. We should line up on the outside, so we should have exhaust and in now. So I can see exhaust down there lined up with the crankcase. I can see in down there lined up with the crankcase, and we should be back on T. Let's go a tiny bit more. There you go. Yeah, I think we're spot on. It's hard to tell. We could be off 1 tooth on this side. So frustrating at this stage. It's so close, it's hard to tell. I don't think we are. I think if you went 1 more tooth, I think you'd be too far. I think you're spot on there. I don't know if you can see, guys. Let me see if I can get the angle. There's 1 there by my finger, and then it's 1. You can see the blotches, actually, the blotch there and there. So that's a full crank. So that's the in now, and that's the exhaust. So now it would tell you to check certain pistons. They're quite loose. They're quite loose. I think I've done them. I think my way of doing them, they're very loose. And they're tight. So it would be, so I bet this way is basically all of these ones. To be fair, the tolerances are massive. They're 0.20. In fact, I'm going to pull them out and double check in exactly the way we should. So one moment, guys. Okay, guys, so I'm all checked on that. So we're timed, and the valves are done well. So basically, as long as the lobes are facing away when you do the valves, you'll get the right settings. I'm really excited. Let's, what do I need to do? I have no fuel at all in the canister. I need to go and get some fuel. So let's, do you know what? I'll put the head back on, and I'll put the spark plugs back in and all of that, so that when I come back we can just fire it up. We'll use Sultan's battery over there. We'll fire that up and get some power into that. Exciting. I did want to check while it's cold Sultan's oil level, just because it was a touch smoky. Oh, it's quite high, that. Look, it's over the max. We probably need to drop a touch. Oil that goes over the max, guys, it climbs up the cylinder and it comes out the exhaust smoke. We'll definitely drop a touch of that just to make sure it's not doing that. And I might give him a hand and just spend an hour on this later, because the poor little sod isn't allowed down that much and stuff. It's close. It's very, very close to MOT ready, this, guys. I'll update you on that later, but I'd love more than anything to hear this thing fire up. So let's get the top cover back on, and the pistons, the spark plugs in, ready to have a play. Okay, guys, so this is an exciting stage to be at. The head's all on, the spark plugs are in. I now need to go and get some fuel. I'm not going to worry about the cooling, because that just really doesn't matter at this stage. So yeah, I'm going to see if it fires up. If it fires up, we can run it for 30 seconds or a minute or two, and then we'll look at filling up all the cooling and doing all the hoses and everything else. Highly optimistic, but I don't see any reason why not now. Brand new coils, carbs seem okay, valves, timing, everything seems in order. If this fails, my next port of call is a second-hand set of carbs, because I don't think we ever got them 100%, but also Nat did. He got the bike ready, starting every time on the button and running really well. So I think it was them crappy coils that let us down, but I always speak too soon. So I'm going to go and get some fuel, come back, fill this up. I'm going to drop a little bit of oil out of that when I get back before firing that up, because I want to run that for 10-15 minutes. And because I'm using the battery on that, that's why, so I want to charge. And then we'll press the button and we'll see. I will be ecstatic if it fires up. I love this bike. Let me show you what the tank looks like. I genuinely don't know what happened, guys. Obviously there's been fuel spill on it, but I completely drained the tank completely. Now you can see that the rubber here has come out. There's always a possibility with paints that a scratch, even a pinhole, something, if fuel gets into that, then it just works away from underneath. Even the tiniest of drips, that's probably what's happened here. I'm not stripping this down to metal. If I paint it, I'm going to be sanding it, painting it with 2K high gloss black, and that's it. I'm not flattening this bad boy, I'm not doing anything else. It will just be the paint and 2K. And again, if it's done properly, like Nat's shown you on his channel, and there's no scratches or pinholes in it, then it will be fine. But you can tell, I mean, even here, look, whatever happened, I think it was in the storage or in the mounting. See these little dings, any bit of fuel that gets in there, it peels the paint, and that's probably what happened on this side. And that's actually what this rubber is for. It's to stop the fuel spilling out from the extra in the cap, actually. Alright, so that is much later down the line. but it shows us what direction we would go in if this thing fires up in an hour. Okay guys, so from a firing point of view, I'm going for, so this is how these coils are mounted on both sides, like this. I'm going for top one 1, bottom one 3, top one 2, bottom one 4. 1, 3, 2, 4. That is the firing order on this bike, but I just don't know where they are on these coils. For example, the bottom one could be 1, couldn't it? Yeah, so, oh look, this exhaust is pretty loose. I'm gonna have to look into that. That'll be loud. 1, 3, 2, and 4. What I need to do now is get some power to this bad boy and get some fuel dripped in and see what happens. Interesting, very interesting, exciting, guys. I don't know. Do I expect this to fire? I just don't know how this came back to us. Like, I don't know why he took it and then paid a mechanic to do the carbs again. All I did was check the coils, and the right bank wasn't firing at all. The whole coil had given up, which meant it wasn't firing on cylinder 2 and 4. So I don't know. Let's get set up and see what we hear. So here you go, guys. Here's my setup. I'm gonna have this bike running because I don't want to wreck his battery. Better get that sorted. And here's my, I think this was £10, and it doesn't look like a bong or a pleasure toy or anything else. It just looks like a simple external fuel canister for anyone interested. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a minute to warm up before we put any pressure on it, and then we'll just see. I'll set you up on the tank. This bike could have many underlying issues, guys. It could have other problems in the engine that we don't know about. So I don't know how this is going to go, is the truth. It really struggles with a smaller battery, this bike. It's just a big old tough engine. I think I'm going to bring the car around, guys, put the leads on the car. Let's get a nice strong battery so that we really know what's going on. It could be that the pistons are too tight in there and it's not right and it does need a rebuild. We know now that all the valves and timing is set, so it should turn over nice and smoothly, which is not on that battery, and that battery seems strong enough. You can hear it struggling, look. I'm going to bring my car up. I'm going to hook up a bigger car battery without the engine on, just the battery, and we're going to see if we get any luck out of that. Of course, we need to mess with the firing order, guys. Don't forget that. This might not be the right firing order. Okay, guys, so yes, big car battery, no engine. We don't need the engine on. We don't want any surging. We just want the power. Let's see. It should turn over better. It needs an appropriate size battery. That's the thing for this bike, a decent one. It needs one next. Actually, the one it came with was wrecked. It wasn't actually the one Nat put in from Nat's channel. It wasn't. It was a different one. I don't know why someone swapped the battery for a lesser one. But let's just have a play in it here. I'd love to hear it fire up. I really would, but I'm asking a lot. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Definitely sounds better. Firing order. Firing order. Right. What's going on? Let's try 1 and 3. 1 and 3. 1 and 3. 2 and 4. Let's see if we went completely the wrong way. This will be interesting. Don't do it again. Something's going on there. What could it possibly be? What could it be? Something's going on there, guys. I have no idea. It could be, like, for example, these two could need switching, but shit, I think it's 1 and 4. 1 and 4, 2 and 3. 1, 4, 2 and 3. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to play with the firing order, guys. I'll be back. Okay, so I've gone top one 1 and 4, top one 2 and 3. Obviously the middle two could need twisting around. Obviously these two could need swapping around, so it could be that the bottom one's 1 and the top one's 4, bottom one's 2 and the top one's 3. So I just need to have a play. Let's have a play. So we're 1, 4, 2, 3, I think. Close. I'm going to swap 2 and 3. Swap 1 and 4. Come on. No idea, guys, no idea. Oh my god, guys, it sounds brutal. Don't worry about the coolant hoses aren't attached. It sounds, oh my god. It's not even warm, guys. It sounds brutal. Ah, yeah, smoke coming out of the coolant hoses. That's fine. I'm going to check all four. We got smoke coming out of both exhausts. That's good. I'm going to check all four pipes. Wow, guys, it's not even warm yet. You watch. Unbelievable, guys, unbelievable. I'm gonna let this thing, I'm gonna let it warm itself up, you know. It needs to get the blood around its body. Wow, yes, wow, what a sound. Oh man, what a bike, guys, what a bike. Wow. It's not even warm. It's not even warm. Bloody hell. I think I should get all the coolant hoses reattached, eh? Get some coolant around this bad boy. Oh man, this has really cheered me up, guys. Honestly, I've been failing with bikes. This has really cheered me up. Valves sound great, no tapping, timing must be right, firing order seems okay. Alright guys, let's check our temperatures. We're looking for a bit of steam. Good. Bit of steam. So you're a bit hotter than you, that's interesting. Oh, I wonder if you're firing on 3. Oh, ow, yeah, it's hot. That's revving way too good to be firing on 2 or 3. That's firing on 4. Look at watch the revs, guys. Watch my hand. Half roll. Whoa! Wow! Tiny bit of a stutter, but you know, it's been sitting a while, guys. It's been sitting. It needs a good little run around. Quarter full, half full. You watch, there's a bit of a stutter. It moves past it though. Full full. Amazing, absolutely amazing. All right. Absolutely unbelievable, guys. Yes, right. We have a win. Oh, thank God. Don't worry about that smoke, guys. The pipes aren't connected. Oh, look, how stupid am I? I've put that on the wrong way around. Yes, the pipes aren't connected yet, so let's get all the cooling system kind of nipped up, tucked up. Let's get rid of the old coils, they're crap. We'll put the new ones in properly. Put the side casing back on. Obviously the timing is all fine now. I need to get a battery on order for this bike. I need to start sanding down the tank. And I don't know, to me that sounded stunning. Let me know what you think, guys. I mean, that was idling at like 1200 revs, and it sounded like it was idling at 2000. It just sounded beautiful. I'm so pleased, so pleased. Oh, right, guys. I'm gonna keep playing with this because this is the next bike probably to leave Nat's Knackers Yard and Motorcycle Rescuer. You know what we need? We need Nick to buy it. Nick, you can do all the you can paint the frame and do all the painting, but I don't think I'd sell it to you, Nick. I'll tell you why. Because you work bloody hard, and I know you'd strip this down to every bare bolt, and actually you don't need that. and the bike don't need that either. This needs to be a running, riding, riding bike as it is, you know, a survivor bike almost. So guys, I've done it all properly. I've run all the wiring properly now under the tank, and there, spark plugs are in, all of the coolant's in. I'm going to fill that up now. It's all tightened up, nipped up. I'll fill it up through here. All of the wiring is done and nipped up and bolted down. The coils are there and fine. I'm going to connect the battery up one more time just to show you it wasn't a fluke, and let the bike sit 5 to 10 minutes just to get its kind of juices flowing. And yeah, let's see how easy it starts. Nat must have done an amazing job on them carbs because it started so well. And actually guys, what I didn't realise was, look, we weren't even running at full power because we had that not capped off, because that's meant to be a suction. Someone let me know what I'm meant to do with these. I wonder if I just run a, surely they're just overflow air, they're just air release. So I don't know where, if they went to anywhere. No idea. I'm sure they just went down into nothing. But great, where am I? So yeah, I'm gonna chuck some fuel in again, fire it up again, and thingy. You alright? What are you up to? You just finished work?
Yeah, tidying up. It's only about like a 4-hour job, but I started at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
My job, I can't explain, but my job didn't turn up. That's it. So I'm back for a couple of hours. I'm working from home. Technically. No, this is working from home.
Oh, what happened here?
Right, so
What have you done?
normally I'd blame Sultan. Jake turned up and he was like, let me pull this apart. No, honestly, I unclipped it because
It wasn't secure.
No, you actually did a really good job on that. You did a really good job. I actually cut it off. But right. What? Yes, right. You know Lisa, who's got the moped that I gave her for the Vespa.
Delivery driver.
Yes. Right. You know, the other day, you may or may not know, I don't know if you were around, I fitted heated grips for her. Heated grips on her moped. You was here, remember? I couldn't get them on. I had to cut the old ones off.
Them off the old engineering way.
Yes, right. She left the heated grips on. Thanks, buddy. So her battery died in the week.
Okay.
As in, she left them on at the house.
Oh.
So she had a flat battery. So I had no battery charged at all. So I had to use yours. Also, you've got too much oil in your bike. You need to drop a touch. You're over the max. Look, because it's cold, yeah? See here?
Yeah.
Straighten it up. It should, see, it shouldn't go above the top line. I mean, it is, honestly, it's millimeters, but the top line's there for a reason. It's there, mate. Yeah. So we just undo that bolt for a few seconds. We catch it, and we catch the old oil, and that's it. Yeah. Your bike's looking great.
I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know what's going on around me.
What do you mean? Oh, right. You hurt yourself at work and all, didn't you?
Oh no, that was at home.
Oh, really?
I mean, for my advice, if you ever use a wire brush, don't use the proper method, because I was using my drill instead of an actual like drill press. And,
yeah.
So I had an auger bit and it had rust in it. You know, there's like Victorian era drill.
Oh yeah.
Trying to take the rust off, so it was like going down there.
Yeah.
And the wire brush caught onto my shorts, and
I've had that before.
It into my bag.
I've done that here before. It catches my legs. Do you think this is ever going to run, this zl600?
That's a paperweight, man.
What?
That's a paperweight.
Paperweight?
I won't say paperweight, but that's the.
So if I throw some fuel into it now and hook it to my car, do you think it will start? Should we give it a shot, guys? Let's give it a shot. Okay, guys, so Sultan says it's a paperweight. Sultan, it's not going to start, no? I've got fuel in there. It's got some spark, I think.
It's running on hopes and dreams, that's what's doing.
This used to be one of Sultan's favourite bikes. It's quite sad that he doesn't have faith in it starting.
decent wire words right now.
But how does it sound?
It sounds a bit like...
It sounds amazing.
It sounds a bit...
It's just woken up after months.
Yeah, it sounds a bit groggy.
No, it sounds amazing. Listen, did you not hear that rev? It's not even warm.
It sounds a bit like dry, that's the word.
Oh, no, yeah, it needs some coolant and stuff. It probably needs the oil to circulate, but, come on, man. And look, it's got the air valve. I wasn't even, look, if I cover the air valve, very exciting, guys. Very exciting. It's not even warm. Oh, it runs. Look at the idle. Look, absolutely not flickering. Look, just over 1,000. Hardly any flicker at all. It's smooth. And that's with the suction valve not blocked off. I'm just going to let it lubricate itself up, guys, for a minute, and I'm actually going to start putting I'm going to start sanding the tank a bit and seeing if we can salvage it anyway. But I am so pleased. Honestly, I can't tell you how excited I am. I think Nat loved this bike. I kind of hated this bike by the end. It just kept fighting me. I really got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. Sultan loved it and then hated it. I think this could be a bike that we just all love again. I know Nat's going to want to at least test ride this bike at some point. Honestly, if it drives the way it revs, it's going to pull your arms off. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm letting the oil circulate a bit, but not for long, just a minute. And then I'm going to do the coolant once it's cool. Get the coolant all topped up. And just start sanding the tank. Seeing if we... just seeing what we're playing with there. If I had some black in here, I would just chuck it on. It doesn't particularly need to be fuel resistant. You just need to be careful at this stage. But ideally a 2K can. I could just order one of them. They just take a bit longer to dry, which is not the end of the world. It's brilliant, guys. It's absolutely. I don't know. It's such a love-hate bike for me. This is.
Well, just put me on Kawasaki.
I know you loved it at first, didn't you?
I'm on the Yamaha Dragstar and the Virago.
I want to take it for a spin, but you've got no chance with no tank and no battery. No chance. All right, guys. We will. I'm so happy. I'm going to wrap this one up because it's a absolute win. Them coils are brilliant. I'm going to give them, whoever they are, great reviews. They cost a fair few pennies, they did, but them H coils, absolute crap. These are obviously going to make the world of difference. Let me get the coolant topped up. That's the next step once it's cooled down. And from there, we will... I'll have a little sand of the tank. I'm thinking if I can just rat the tank a little bit, that might kind of... Or even if I've got some matte black in there, it just needs to be presentable now. I reckon it's a 1250 bike. What's your thoughts price-wise?
1400.
14. If the tank was painted properly...
Epoxy paint, that's what I was going to say.
That's what... No, that is... No, 2K. 2K. That is kind of where we're going. Maybe...
Remember the one I sent you from the Diesel?
Epoxy's not very petrol resistant though.
What, is it somewhat petrol?
2K, yeah, but 2K is somewhat. Look at the tank.
I've seen the tank. It looks.
It will manage drips. That was something else. That was probably my fault. Somehow, fuel's dripped on that. All right, guys. Yes. What are you working on?
Can I tell them my joke? That's it.
No.
Yeah, they're laughing.
No, they're not interested in jokes.
They will.
All right, wait. I'm gonna take the car back. You can talk to the camera. Tell them a joke.